So today I want to talk to you about the long-term cycles that occur in our lives in numerology. So up to now I've been talking to you about your chart numbers, your life path, your expression, your soul urge, your maturity number, your birthday numbers that all relate to you as a person. Now what I'm talking to you today is the external conditions that are going to happen to you to help you learn the lessons that you're here to learn in this lifetime. And we have long-term cycles that last for 20 to 30 year periods, and we have an energy in that cycle which affects the things that happen to us, and that's one in the long term. That's called your long-term period cycle. Then you have your pinnacles, which are more medium term, and then you'll have your personal years, which are really in your face. But today I'm going to start with the long-term period cycles. So when you're born, and your maturity and your wisdom cycle. So you have a youth cycle, a maturity cycle, and a wisdom cycle. And you'll have a certain number energy which attests to what you're going to experience in life. It's like your oxygen, the climate of what you're going to experience. And it's very, very long term. And in future videos, I'm going to be talking about the more medium term cycles. And of course, the personal years, which are right in your face and change year on year. And you have to take account of all these energies when you're thinking about what's good to do in your life at a certain time, what's likely to be happening and why in your life. And it's to do with the energy of your long-term cycles, your medium-term pinnacles and challenges, and of course your personal years, which change year on year. Now, of course, the age ranges of when each period cycle starts and ends changes depending on what life path you are. So looking at the screen here, if you're a life path 1, your youth cycle or your first period cycle is 0 to 26 years. Then you enter your maturity cycle from 26 to 53 years, and your third long-term period cycle is from 53 years and onwards. If you're a life path 2, your youth cycle lasts from birth until 34 years, your maturity cycle from 34 to 61 years, and then your final wisdom cycle from 61 years onwards. If you're a life path 3, your youth cycle is birth to 33 years, your maturity cycle is 33 to 60 years, and your wisdom third and final cycle is from 60 onwards. If you're a life path 4, your youth cycle is 0 to 32 years, your maturity cycle is 32 to 59 years, and your wisdom cycle is 59 years onwards. If you're a life path 5, your youth cycle is 0 to 31 years, your maturity cycle is 31 to 58 years, and your wisdom cycle is from 58 years onwards. Life path 6, from 0 to 30 years, your youth cycle. From 31 to 58 years is your maturity cycle, and from 58 years onwards is your wisdom cycle. Life path 7, from birth to 29 years is your youth cycle. From 29 to 56 years is your maturity cycle. From 56 years onwards is your wisdom cycle. Life path 8, from birth to 28 years is your youth cycle. Your maturity cycle is 28 to 55 years, and your wisdom cycle is 55 years onwards. Life path 9, your first cycle is 0 to 27 years. Maturity cycle is 27 to 54 years, and from 54 years onwards, your wisdom cycle. Life path 11 is the same as the life path 2, so it's from birth to 34 years, 34 to 61 years, your maturity cycle, and 61 years onwards for your wisdom cycle. Life path 22 is 0 to 32 years, your maturity cycle 32 to 59 years, and your wisdom cycle 59 years onwards. And for Life Path Master 33, it's going to be the same as the Life Path 6. So that's youth cycle 0 to 30 years, maturity 30 to 57 years, and wisdom cycle 57 years onwards. So if you were born in January or October, your first long-term youth cycle is going to be the energy of the one. So depending on your life path from birth to between 26 and 34 years old, you're in your youth cycle. And if you were born in January or October, your youth cycle is the one energy. And it means that in your youth up to 26 to 34 years, you're fiercely independent like the one energy. And from an early age, it can prove difficult because youth is a dependent time where caregivers like to have control over us, and we're dependent over them, and we need to be following their instructions. But if you were born in January or October, your youth cycle, you're gonna not really be always doing what your caregivers say, because you have a strong will right from the beginning. When your energy of your long-term cycle is the one, you've got a strong will from the beginning. You insist on doing things yourself and in your own way, which is always going to cause conflicts with your caregivers and others in authority around you, like your teachers at school. You may at times be required to exercise independence in your one youth cycle. You might be required to stand alone at times, and you're going to walk your own path no matter what anyone says to you, even when you're a young child. You have increased freedom in your one long-term cycle, and when acting alone, you know, the freedom that you have might be something that you struggle to handle, and you might be too young to handle safely and responsibly. And you will learn to stand on your own 2 feet, but there's a lot of freedom there, and you will demand a lot of freedom. And that's just because you're in the long-term cycle of the one energy. So if you were born on the 1st, the 10th, the 19th or the 28th of any month, then your long-term maturity cycle is the one energy. And this is how this changes from your maturity cycle, from your youth cycle, depends on your life path number. So from between 26 to 34 years, you're going to go into your maturity cycle, and this is going to last to all your life until between 53 and 61 years. So this is a big chunk of your life. You're going to be in the one energy of long-term energy if you were born on the 1st, 10th, 19th or 28th. So being in the one long-term cycle as your maturity cycle, it's a good vibration for a middle maturity cycle, because it allows you more autonomy and independent action. When it's a youth cycle, you have caregivers that want to tell you what to do, and you're trying to do your own thing. But when you're in your maturity cycle, when you're well into adulthood, you can have more autonomy and behave more independently and do your own thing. You will constantly indulge in self-discovery and development. You'll always want to improve yourself towards success with this energy in this cycle. You could launch your own business or career during this time. So a lot of people born on the 1st, the 10th, the 19th or the 28th will want to run their own business or have a lot of autonomy at work. There may be strains and misunderstandings at times within your relationships because you powerfully assert yourself when you're in the one energy. If you were born in 1945, 1954, 1963, 1972, 1981 or 1990, and that goes on and on past this, your final wisdom cycle that will be between 53 and 61 years onwards will be the energy of the one. So you're going to be in the energy of the one from the around about the age of your 50s and 60s onwards. And your later years are very dynamic. They're filled with accomplishment. You want to stay independent and self-reliant, and you'll fight to stay independent and self-reliant till the very end. You'll never be bored when you're in the energy of the one. You'll be called upon to depend on yourself, to choose your own intuitive and independent path. You focus on your own new ideas and you give new life to old ideas. And you will be in and on the action right to the very end of your lifetime. I hope you've really enjoyed this video today. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like this video with a thumbs up and follow me on YouTube. If you would like a reading, you can email me at katie@soulexplorer.net. You can contact me on my Facebook page, Soul Explorer Numerology, or you can find me on Instagram under Soul Explorer Kate, Soul Explorer Kate, one word. I'm on LinkedIn as well under Katie Ewers, Katie Youers, Katie, and I'm also on Twitter under Soul Explorer 4, and I'm on TikTok as well. But if you'd like to support me, I'm on Ko-Fi and I'm on Patreon, and you can follow me in the link in the description box. And I'm often on My Guru, so if you want to ask me any questions, go on to My Guru, put a bit of credit on there, and you will find me often online, and you can ask me any questions on an ad hoc basis about numerology. Lately I haven't been on My Guru so often because I've been on holiday and sick and loads of family events. So if you want to contact me on My Guru, send me an email and I'll tell you when I'm going to be online, and I'll jump online when I say, and you can ask me those questions. But if you'd like a more full and detailed reading, email me and we can work something out. But even though you've listened to this video and the guidance on it, always trust your intuitive voice within, because it's always your intuition, not what I say, your intuitive voice within, that is going to be the best guide for you in this lifetime. See you soon. So I hope you've enjoyed listening to my video today, and just before I go, I just want to let you know some exciting news. My beginner book, Remember Your Life Plan, has just been released on Amazon, and this gives you a basic grounding in numerology. It's for beginners and people that are just starting out, and it's good for you to read this before you read my other books. So Remember Your Life Plan is for beginners, really. Gives you a grounding in numerology, and it's sort of the level where people would do my foundations of numerology practitioner on Udemy. So that is my first beginner book, and it's just for newbies. This one is for people that are more intermediate. It provides a deeper analysis of the lessons and challenges of your life path and birthday energies, a concise list of your priority and secondary life path tasks, and it gives you a deeper understanding, and it's longer and more detailed analysis for potential numerology readers. And then Remember Your Talents, again, it's an intermediate level course, and it provides an analysis of the lessons of your life path with your talent number, with your expression number. So it shows how good you're going to be at achieving the lessons of your life path and birthday number. Again, a lesson by lesson comparison of your talents to see how easy or difficult each task in your life purpose will be. And again, it's longer and more detailed, and it's more for numerology readers that have a good grounding. And if you have a good grounding, you might want to take my master practitioner for readers on numerology, if you prefer audio visual or you'd like to do both. Remember Your Motivations is due out soon. I'm working frantically to try and get this third intermediate book of the trilogy out there for you, and I hope to do that soon. So and don't forget, if you want a reading from me one-to-one over Zoom, just send me an email. You might want an ongoing one-to-one service, in which case you might want to join my channel on YouTube. And if you live in the UK or you're visiting soon, I do shows all over Oxfordshire and Buckinghamshire and Berkshire sometimes, with Dear Spirit events. So come to one of our events for a personal reading, or just say hello and purchase one of my books. It's completely up to you. So these are my 3 books, and I hope you've enjoyed my video today, and get looking on Amazon, because I tell you what, to find them quickly, put my name in, Katie Ewers, Katieyours, and then my books come up straight away for you to have a look at. So I hope you enjoy my books, and I hope you've enjoyed my video today. See you soon.